All right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the edition of the You Prefermer Cigar Garage Talks. I just can't this summer make it out to my deck. I've knocked it out the porch a few times, but I don't know what's going on with the deck. There's been bad weather, bad video, bad setups. Hopefully, I can get back out there. I'm missing my deck, but it's been a lot of work. So, in the garage we are. What are we smoking? What are we drinking? Let's start that off. I'll talk about this in a second, but I'm smoking the Freestyle Live. That right there. March 2024. The Drew Estates puts out these little promotion kits with cigars and swag. Has a smoke off. This is my last cigar from that smoke off kit. Seemed very fitting. I'll kind of get into that in a second. What are we drinking? The Sisu Stout, Upper Hand Brewery. Very good stout, made locally here. Highly recommend Upper Hand Brewery. They make some really good beers. Can't say enough about them. I'm going to do, so y'all probably came here for the Marriage Talk series. Look at that, nice dark beer. Let's give it a try here. Delicious. You came here for the Marriage Talk series. I'm hoping you found this one. If you actually want to get to that, I'm going to put the timestamp you can skip to right there. I gotta give a little bit of an update because it's been a pretty epic week. I just wanted to share with all you folks. So again, skip to the timestamp in front of you if you just want to skip straight ahead to the marriage story and marriage advice. A couple of good news. One of the reasons why am I smoking my last Freestyle Live? Because while I was at my favorite tobacconist, Austin's tobacconist in the Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, I was sitting in there I had some work to do in the Sault, sitting there having a cigar, having a beer, and the owner, Craig, there gets a delivery. Turns out he got his delivery of the newest Freestyle Live promotion kits. Not really officially supposed to be released to the public until September. But I talked to him. I said, hey, I'm only in town for the next couple hours. Can I get one off you? I do know Craig. He's an acquaintance. I wouldn't call him a friend. I've utilized his shop many, many times. Especially I live there. I think I was in there at least once a week buying something. So good old Craig was able to hook me up with my own kit. I'll be doing another video probably next week, unboxing that kit and kind of give you my review of that cigar. Very awesome. Loving that. Number 2, good news. We got stage 1 of the kids' new hunting blind put up. Because next week starts their tribal hunting season. That's right. They're going to get to go hunting. And we're going to start putting some venison in the freezer for this winter because I think we're going to need it for lots of reasons. So that's pretty cool. Again, hunting next week. We got stage 1 of the deer blind up, so they're actually able to use that area and hunt a little more comfortably this year. And then good news number 3. I went and checked the bees today, and they are moving up into my supers. And they are filling them up with delicious, delicious honey. In comes the decision, do we harvest some of the honey or do we just let them have all of it? It is now September, so it's kind of do we harvest it or not? We do plan on feeding them all winter. So there's a part of us that thinks it might be best to take some honey to make sure we get another honey harvest, but then to go ahead and just feed them really aggressively this winter. So haven't decided 100%. We're going back and forth. We'll figure out what we're going to do and let you know. But then the most important news of all, again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Marriage Advice. 20 videos for the 20 years I've been married to my wife, giving advice, reminiscing about stories, and just having an honest conversation about marriage. As I kind of talked about in the special edition marriage video, we had our 19th wedding anniversary. I made it my goal to make at least 20 videos about marriage, our marriage, about advice, going forward here, and share it with you guys. And I'm excited to do this. I have my list of 20 different topics. I'm going back and forth whether or not I'm going to print it and post it. Maybe I'll do one special video. Maybe after I do the freestyle live next week, I'll just go through the questions so you know what's coming up, go through the topics. Although they are, I'm getting the list of 20 topics together. They're not set in stone. They may change, they may alter, and I'm not going in order. I kind of look at the list and go, ooh, I want to talk about that today. That's the hope, that's the dream, that's what we're shooting for. So let's see what happens. So diving in today's topic was going to be the topic from the start, from the get-go, from the kickoff. I got to talk about how things started with me and homeschooling mama. How do we get started? How did things kick off? And this one, is aptly titled. It's titled the traveling 1,000 miles to find what's sitting across the table from you. Beautiful story. I don't know if you guys ever heard it. It talks about a young boy who is going to find himself, find life, find love, find everything that's important to him. So he asked one of his friends for some money to buy a ticket over to Europe. And she gives him $500 to buy this ticket. He thanks her heartedly, and he goes off on his adventure. And he ends up fighting the Legionnaires. He ends up traveling across Paris and France and Rome and into Russia and into India, always hunting, always searching for life and love. He meets beautiful princesses. He engages in intellectual conversation with kings. He chases beautiful women. He makes himself millions of dollars and loses millions of dollars. And finally, he gets a letter saying his 10-year college reunion is coming up. Or high school reunion, whatever. High school, sure. Well, at the reunion, he sits down after talking to many of his friends, sharing photos and escapades in his Facebook posts, recounting how he's yet to find life or love. Totally exhausted from the interaction, he sits down, and across from the table sits down his friend who loaned him $500. And it's like his eyes finally open. He's finally able to see. And he sees that the person that he traveled thousands of miles to find was sitting across from him, listening to him ask her for $500. That the perfect woman for him was sitting right there. And he didn't even have to leave that far, go that far. Cliche, I know. Silly, of course. Cheesy, it's Hallmark cheesy level. But that's kind of how me and homeschooling mama ended up together. Kind of peeling back the mirror, the veil a little bit. We both went to Lake State. We had friends of friends who knew each other. And turns out I used to love going to Canada. I had my driver's license. I was a good DD, and I also liked buying the occasional libation. So I would invite some friends out to Canada, and they'd invite friends, and it all became a thing. And so happened that homeschooling mama came to some of these outings that we'd have over in Canada. Now, mind you, I don't think I actually met her. I don't remember meeting her. People swear that I did. People swear that I met her, I knew her, I sat next to her, but, she wasn't my friend. She was just a friend of a friend. So we regaled stories, shared, talked, but, we didn't really build a relationship. Well, that was first semester, freshman year. Second semester, freshman year, turns out me and homeschooling mama are in the same science class together. She's really bad at science. I'm really bad at English. Again, proud dyslexic. Hoorah. So a friend of a friend, a mutual friend of a friend, convinces us that, hey, we could be an unstoppable force if we helped each other with our shortcomings. So I helped tutor her in science. She helped correct my English homework. And our relationship built from there. It did start off with, though, even though we knew each other as friends, like, oh, yeah, that's right. We go over to Canada together because we have friends of friends. We really weren't dating necessarily. We're still kind of friends. I was still wanting to run off for adventure. I was going off to Maryland every summer. I had plans after I got my paramedic to go to Alaska or Texas. I also looked at joining Blackwaters as a paramedic. I was ready to travel thousands and thousands of miles. And that summer, I did. That summer after my freshman year, I traveled to Maryland. And then I ended up traveling internationally to do some contract paramedic work. Nothing as fun as it actually sounds. It was for the Special Olympics World Games. I mean, it is pretty cool, don't get me wrong. It's nothing like contract like Blackwaters or anything like that. It's more the contract of the, working as a medic at a large sporting event, an Olympic event. And I got back, and a couple things dawned on me. One, I realized I missed talking to homeschooling mama. I thought about her while we were gone. I thought about our friendship. And trust me, I had many friends who were better friends. But I kept thinking about her. At that time also, and this is going to be another little video, but I had someone who wanted to be my girlfriend. But things weren't clicking. Things weren't working. And even though I was with her, this other girl, I couldn't help but think, well, what's homeschooling mama doing right now? What's she up to? Does she want to talk? Does she want to, maybe go hang out after I'm off this date? Does she want to go and hang out, not in the sense of dating, but just go play baseball? We both love baseball. Go to the bar and go catch a drink or catch a movie. With other friends, of course, not specifically with her. And then it dawned on me. I'd been running around, and a little bit before, even before I graduated high school, I was running away, quote unquote. Every summer I worked down in Maryland since I was like 15, 16 years old. For lots of reasons. There's other videos about that. Go ahead and track them down. It doesn't take a lot to figure out why I didn't want to be at home anymore. But yeah, I remember the exact moment, the time, what I was doing. When my eyes were opened up, I had been running around for thousands of miles, trying to find life and love. And for the last year, that was across the table, literally, actually, at this bar called Time Out up in Canada. It's closed down now, unfortunately. It was a sports bar, great little bar, loved it. But I never once thought that great adventure, living, could be so close. That it'd be something that's right in front of me. And that's what started it. I woke up, realized that, you know what? I want to start dating this girl. And very subconsciously, deep in my, I think it was your id, I knew I wanted to marry this girl. But I don't want to get too far ahead. Those stories are coming about engagement and dating, don't you worry. But for all those of you who are looking for some far-flung adventure in some far-off land, look across the table. It's cliche, right? Hallmark worthy. But it's true. Look across that table. Look at what you have. And you might just find that it's more than what you're chasing. You might just find that it might even be better than what you're chasing. Because honestly, what you're chasing is a fairy tale. And fairy tales are fun to read to kids, but they never come true. There's never been a fairy tale that's ever come true. Even the ones that are popularized on social media, they're all fake. So maybe it's time you stop chasing that fairy tale and open your eyes to what you really have. Because you know what? What you might have is the best thing ever. That will last for 19 plus years. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoy this first video. 20 videos of marital advice, stories, comments, criticisms, the whole shebang. I'm excited. I'm smoking. This cigar is delicious. I forget the actual name of it. It has since been released. I don't remember it. Quite tasty. Might even pick up some more. But yeah, look across the table. That's my challenge to you. Look across that table, see what's there. You might be surprised how close that adventure and life and love really is. Anyway, folks, please stay safe out there, and we'll see you on the next one.